Hello, welcome back to my virtual online courses. Thank you for joining me. Nowadays, everything is done virtually, and so I'm glad you can be here and attend this course with me at any time you desire, and you can feel free to press pause anytime right here as well. Alright, so today's course will be about essential oils. The last course was about angelic healing, and so in an essence this can kind of link with one another due to the fact that you can use essential oils to summon certain angels or call upon your angels. So essential oils are very powerful, very magnetically healing, have many magnetic properties to them. Their vibration is incredibly higher than the human vibration, and by thousands, sometimes even millions of points. And they are purposely so that we can increase our very own vibration as well and channel the upper realms of the spirits and the angels. And if you've joined this channel, you're most likely spiritual minded yourself and we're interested in this course. So I'm just gonna get to the basics of showing you what they look like and what they're all about, and then I'm gonna list sort of how they're made and show you some of the things on my shelf here next to me. Okay, so let's get started. First thing I just want to get out the way and address for most of you new beginners or new to essential oils, this course is just for like the totally new amateur person in this field, okay? If you already know what this is about, I'd recommend you click away and check out my other online courses. But I've derived these essential oil blends, which I'm about to show you, from the company MONQ, and in this description box below you can check out my 10% off link for getting your own essential oil blends from MONQ. Okay, so this one-of-a-kind sticker has a plant, sort of a leaf on it, and that kind of tells you what the oil blends are made out of. They're made out of plants, you know, greenery. And ironically, today is St. Patrick's Day, and I just realized I had the red hair and the green shirt, so I feel quite Irish myself, if I must say so myself. But yeah, so this kind of tells you right off the bat what it's about. And so many people don't know when they see the oil blends. They think, oh, it's just a bunch of chemicals, and it's basically as good as perfume. Which is far from the truth, actually. Perfumes do use some of these sort of oil blends, but they're more synthetic, and they would be considered the lowest grade, or a grade D, which I'm going to go into very soon. However, let me get to showing you what the essential oil bottles typically look like. This is just one example, and again, the ones I'm about to show you, you can check out in that 10% link below. Okay, so let's begin. So I have 3 large blends to choose from, which I've ordered as a bundle from the website that you can check in the link below. From the Monk, I have the Sleepy Blend, Relieve, and Focus. Now normally this company, I really love them. I use them all the time. They have aromatherapy diffuser sticks, which I've shown in some other class before. But this time they came out with their very own one of a kind essential oil blends, and I'm finally here to show it. I didn't think of showing it before. It's been probably a few months, but I kind of wanted you guys to buy as much of those sticks as you could until you've gotten kind of sick of them, and then I can surprise you with these. Because I personally use essential oils a lot in my life, and I'm very relieved to have received, I'm rhyming today, some new special one of a kind. Now, personally, I'm not sure if this is grade A or grade B quality, but it does seem like it is as close to 100% as they could possibly make it, just from smelling them. It's hard to tell whether they are. I have blended all three of these, and it sort of reminds me of the smell of parsley, so it could have some parsley in it. But basically, this is how they would typically look like. Sometimes you're not that lucky to get them this large. This has a large cap to it, but yeah. So there's plenty in here, and this is specifically a roll-on ball tip, as you can see. So you just tilt it upside down and roll it over your skin, and the product is there, and you can smell it right away. And make sure to test first to make sure you don't have an allergic reaction, which 99% of the time you don't, especially if you've used essential oils before. Nothing's going to happen. Okay, so you just blend it in the back of your hand, your wrists, your neck, use it as a perfume or cologne. And there's plenty to go around the roller ball tip. Make sure that you don't waste too much, okay? So this relieves, says, feel support, contains pure essential oils in a carrier oil blend. Learn more about Monk's Advanced Aromatherapy at monq.com. To feel the way you want, apply to wrists, hands, temples, or neck as desired. On first use, apply to a small area to test for sensitivity. Do not use if pregnant or nursing. Keep out of reach of children, not for internal use. So that will basically be mentioned on every bottle by law. And this is 0.33 fluid ounces or 10 milliliters on this roll-on essential oil blend. So this is a blend of probably at least 3 different types of herbs. I'm familiar with the Relieve stick, and I think that one has 3 different kinds. I believe all of them do, so this just happens to be in their oil blend, so that's one of them. So I'm going to show you the other one you can get, and this is 3 that I'm showing you of many you can choose on the site. Okay, they already have multiple blend options, affordable like packs and blends, and normally essential oils are pretty costly because they require a lot of work to put them together, and I'll go into the deets of that very soon. I just need to show you the Sleepy blend. So this one will just say feel rested, there's no other information on there. So let's try this out. The Relief sort of smells like, well, it's kind of distilled into my skin. It's hard to tell now, but I think that one gives off the more parsley kind of scent that I was telling you about earlier. But here is the Sleepy, and yeah, that one is more of a, I want to say minty, but minty doesn't make you fall asleep. But it does have a minty fragrance to it. Maybe I need to blend it more. It could be lavender. But let's see. I don't want to blend with my fingers because then I'm touching everything else, and it gets oily, so let's blend on the wrists. It's very minty. I can't put words to it. I know there's a hint of lavender to it. There must be. I smell it. But I just wish they probably put the ingredients on there, but I believe it should say on the website. So this is their newest blend, Focus, and this is Experience Clarity, so let's see. Alright, I'll put it on here this time. Alright. already trialed these beforehand. But, this one is potent. You can really smell that. But again, since these are already blends of herbs, you don't want to blend all three together because each has their own purpose. So they're like, sleepy wouldn't work when you mix focus with it, because it's like, what am I trying to do? Fall asleep or stay awake, you know? So be mindful where you put them for sampling. Kind of a spice fragrance to it. Definitely will keep you awake and focused for clarity and maybe even clairvoyance. You can use whatever for different spiritual practices, as I've mentioned. So very great. And again, when you kind of mix them all together, parsley for some reason. So all right. So basically, you can mix different things like fruits in these kind of blends as well. It doesn't just have to be pure greenery, plants, flowers. Yeah, you can mix orange peels and put them in your blends. That's typically what they do. I've seen lemon. I don't know if I've seen apple, but could be. But apple goes bad pretty quick. Maybe the apple peel, like the zest. Lime, cocoa even, like the powder. And there are different sort of chemically blends that promise you that they are made of tea tree and mint, such as this one, into things like body washes, anything chemically with soap. You'll even see in the ingredients, no matter what they say, like they'll say things like 0 sulfates, parabens, dyes, gluten, phthalates, propylene glycol, but they'll have a billion other ingredients, such as sodium alphenate, sulfonate, cocamidophenol, pitonate, fragrance. As soon as you see fragrance, you know it's a grade D. You know, different things, magnesium chloride, sodium chloride, methyl chlorothiazolane. It's just a ton of ingredients, different nitrates. You know this is a grade D. This will not work the same, nowhere near the same as the grade B or C essential oil blend, and it would probably be like 1,000 times more useless than a grade A. So just be aware of that. Just because you see the name doesn't mean it actually has the true form of the tea tree oil or the mint in there. Most likely not. It is maybe an imitation derivative and a mix of other chemicals to make it feel as soothing or refreshing or minty as tea tree oil and mint. So keep that in mind, especially if it lathers up to a soap. Alright. And it has a dramatized essence to it, so they'll put chemicals in there to make it 10 times more potent smelling than the actual herb itself. Now I'm pulling up just some information here if you want to make them yourself. This is directly from WikiHow. So you start by harvesting the plants you want to make the oils with, like lavender and rosemary. You hang them up to dry in a shaded area so they don't become brittle and flake off in the sun, especially in Florida. Once the plants are dry, you fill an essential oil still with water. So that's used to like compress them and, you know, extract the oils out properly. And then you put the plants inside of it. So there's many other ways you can do it, not just that. But this is from savvyhomemade.com. And you can use almost any garden herb when you make your own essential oil or blend. You should use the leaves and the flowers, but avoid using any woody stems or branches. It won't work the same. You always chop the leaves to release their scent before you add them to the oil, okay? The most popular are lavender, rosemary, peppermint, thyme, and lemon balm. So that's another way. And this is from New Directions Aromatics.com. These oils are liquids that are isolated from plants when introduced to solvents. They are liquefied versions of the plants. Popular extraction methods include steam distillation, solvent extraction, CO2 extraction, maceration, enfleurage, cold press extraction, and water distillation. And that's a whole other course on what that basically most of the time these blends are the easiest way to pull out their oils are to steam distill, and they put them in a steam distiller kind of pot looking thing. You know, you put the herbs in there and the steam will just vaporize them and extract the actual oil, and it'll drip through this kind of stuff. Like, you know, in chemistry, when you look at those different pipes and tubes that go around kind of like this, and you can also use this kind of stuff, okay? Test tubes and stuff if you want to make your own blends in your own unique creative way, right? And using different solvents and chemicals and all that with CO2 extraction uses that kind of stuff, and it's more advanced, but again, the easiest way is steam distillation. So here's another one that is kind of not true, but I would more grade it as A category, B or C at best. This has rosebuds, pink peony, and bergamot. I never know how to pronounce that. Bergamot. Maybe they're different kinds, but basically this is one of many types that, again, will try to show or prove that they're the actual thing, especially that's comical when they put the tiny rosebuds in there to make it seem legitimate. And you can use this all over your skin, hair, and nails, but again, when you take a good look at what's inside, they have fragrance in there. They have all sorts of fancy names for the oils, like soybean, avocado, coconut, vitamin E, apricot, jojoba, and rose. And then when you take a look at fragrance, it ruins. What that does is it ruins everything in the blend that you just put together. And this is so that it can stay longer. Its shelf life can last, because this doesn't have a closing to preserve them. Normally, essential oil blends have the ends that will be like the roll-on to preserve what's inside and keep it fresh for a year or two. And they'll have the tiny opening to just drip one drop of this. This, you use a pipette to extract some, and look, all that opening, this goes bad within 6 months or so. So that is used to preserve them so they last longer. But as soon as you put that, everything in here is pretty much as good as just lotion or creating a nice scent, because you lower the vibration of what you just extracted from the plants by adding chemicals to it. So keep that in mind. Don't be fooled. This usually comes with this much oil. That much oil on a regular natural grade A, grade B blend would be like $100. This was $5, so keep that in mind. They add a lot of extra unnecessary and unnatural things to this. But again, you know, you have to kind of make this into your own if you want to be creative with it and compatible with, I guess, FDA and how well your skin or anyone's skin really can absorb this kind of product. It would be very difficult to actually get this kind of a blend and make a profit from it if it's not affordable, so it's understandable, but keep that in the back of your mind, what's real and what's not, and what's falsely advertised. So again, you're going to get things like this even sold from some shady sellers who promise you that this is the real, legitimate rose oil. For example, always Google what the actual price is of these blends, and look at the bottle. If it's open like this, it's not going to last long. There's no label on it that says 100% grade A, therapeutic blend. You don't really know what's in here. Someone just handed you this, and you can easily be fooled. I mean, it could be vegetable oil for all you know. So be certain that no one is just giving you something like this off the bat and promising you what it's not. One final thing, I just want to show you these are fake flowers, but again, flowers, very common. Pull a few petals from it, leaves, just not the stems or the branches themselves. Heck, I mean, sellers will even pretend this is real flowers just to sell you. You know what I mean? Like those succulents. Like, I heard the story of one woman watering her succulents for 2 years until she realized it was a fake. So they will make it look as real as possible. I'm talking about the oils, not this. This is pretty easy to tell unless you're have a loss of vision and no sense in your fingers. I don't know. But so my point is, those grade C and D oils are just as good as extracting oils from these fake plants. So never trust what someone tells you. Always read into it and see if they have that label, okay? So you will always be paying up for the actual quality. So these were pretty expensive. I think it was like $50 for 3 of these. That's how you know they're more closer to the legitimate version rather than one of these for $5. You know, like a fake Etsy seller, for example, would promise you like, oh, this is crystal, and then you're like, oh, this is not the actual thing. It's just like a rock with painted on stuff. You'd be amazed. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this helped. And again, check that 10% off link for your own blends. You can buy them, so many of them on the website, more than what I just showed you, like I said, and you can try and experiment and do your own different class or creation like this, you know. Maybe make your own Udemy site. And I will see you guys in the next video. Please be sure to subscribe to my class. And tap the notification bell, like this video, comment below your thoughts with your other classmates. Share on your social medias and add this video to your YouTube playlist, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, Booksie classmates.